And now it's too late, I think. I think this country's done for. I think it is. I mean, maybe we can have a great comeback like Germany did. That'd be super cool. They have like universal healthcare and stuff.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by and getting your daily dose of TDS. We have a great show planned for today. I hope you're doing good. I know I am. So let's get on with the rest of the show. Let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts.
Anti-ICE terror in Dallas. A sniper on a nearby rooftop firing indiscriminately at the ICE facility below and striking an unmarked van that was transporting migrants. One of the detainees inside that vehicle was shot and killed, and 2 other illegal immigrants are in critical condition. No ICE officers were harmed, and the suspect turned the gun on himself. FBI Director Kash Patel posting this chilling image, shell casings found near the suspect's body with the words anti-ICE written on it.
The irony is not lost that the only casualties, the only people that were hurt were the illegal immigrants themselves. And this stochastic terrorism from the left really needs to stop. And Senator Cruz and Vice President J.D. Vance made a call, a desperate plea to the left to stop with the rhetoric. Check it out.
This needs to stop. Violence is wrong. Politically motivated violence is wrong. This must stop. To every politician who is using rhetoric, demonizing ICE and demonizing CBP, stop.
But if your political rhetoric encourages violence against our law enforcement, you can go straight to hell. If you want to stop political violence, stop telling your supporters that everybody who disagrees with you is a Nazi.
Greg Gutfeld explains how all of this violence is happening from the left, at least at the moment. And that is because the right will call someone stupid, but the left will call someone evil. And if you're evil, well, then all bets are off. It's totally okay to do whatever it takes to make sure that evil doesn't spread. Check it out.
The left calls Trump a hate monger. They've called me a hate monger because I ridicule the left. I ridicule protesters. I ridicule academia, Hollywood, the news media. I make fun of The View every day. I make fun of the UN. Guess what? No one acts on the things that I say because my side doesn't do that. We say people are stupid, we say people are wrong, but we don't say they're evil. That is your game, okay? And then you come and you say, okay, man, this is a mentally ill loner. Well, who do you think does this stuff? It's not Ben Affleck. It's not Tom Brady. It's not even Carrot Top. People who do this stuff are always that way. The question is, who points them in that direction? Why pick ICE? Why pick Kirk? Why target TV stations and put bombs under Fox trucks? Huh? Why vandalize memorials? Why kill kids in Catholic schools? 2 things can be true. A person can be mentally ill, and you can be guiding him to that place in his life. That is how brainwashing works.
In light of what happened at Dallas, President Trump made the following statement on Truth Social. I am calling on all Democrats to stop this rhetoric against ICE and America's law enforcement right now. Unfortunately, this is more than just rhetoric. This is stochastic terrorism, and it is what the left has been using, and it is the method by which the Democratic Party has been able to stoke the fires for decades now, and yet always maintain plausible deniability when these random acts of violence occur.
Masked men jumping out of unmarked cars, people disappearing, no due process, no oversight, zero accountability happening in the United States of America today. People ask, well, is authoritarianism, you're being hyperbolic? Bull, we're being hyperbolic.
I believe that one of the reasons Donald Trump wants to send troops into American cities is because he wants to be able to take control of the 2026 election. It's about his authoritarian need to control.
Next, we have a pretty good example, I think, of that stochastic terrorism that I just mentioned, and it's Hillary Clinton. And it is just so rich because in one sentence, she says, we need to stop blaming. We need to stop demonizing. And yet she turns around in literally the next sentence, demonizes and points fingers and blames fault at half the country. Seriously? Like, I can't make this stuff up. Check it out.
Stop demonizing each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I think most of that right now in our country's history is coming, you know, from the right, coming from people who want to dominate. They want their point of view. We have got to stop with the finger pointing and the scapegoating.
All right, my friends, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. And it's actually not too nutty. It's actually very cute. It's an example of an AI clip, and it is super cute. And this is, I think, AI at its best. Check it out. All right, my friends, it is time. We have arrived at the liberal pool of madness. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone. President Trump told the nation that if you are pregnant, that you should not take Tylenol. And of course, what do these crazy liberal women do? Well, they turn around and start taking excessive amounts of Tylenol just to prove the president wrong. What?
So, can whoever owns Tylenol, what is it, Procter & Gamble? I don't know. Whoever owns Tylenol, can they not hold the Trump administration liable for these spurious, untruthful claims about their product causing autism? Like, aren't we not allowed to make claims like that with zero proof, and that will invariably lead to Tylenol making less money, like people not buying their product anymore? Now, I'm gonna keep buying it. In fact, I'm gonna stock up, because I'll be damned if it comes down to it and I can't get my hands on some acetaminophen.
There's no need to stock up, lady. Tylenol's not going anywhere. It is safe to take. All they're saying is, don't take it while you're pregnant. And it doesn't look like you're going to be getting pregnant anytime soon. Let's check out and see what other people have to say about this. Juliet Delta says, pretty sure they're not spurious claims. Tylenol doesn't even recommend taking it during pregnancy without discussing it with the doctor. And that's been something that Tylenol said for quite a while now. So I don't know where this lady's getting her facts from, or lack of facts. I don't know. Renee Sexton says, I find it incredibly interesting that in one breath, tax the rich, eat the rich, and in the next breath, I'm stocking up on Tylenol because she's concerned they're losing money. It's kind of funny, actually. Please, someone make it make sense. I don't think anybody can. YTM and Dan says, Tylenol isn't going away. It's simply that the safety for pregnant women is being investigated, as it should be. And here's a story from 2023 concerning Tylenol and pregnancy and all this stuff we're talking about right now.
The lawsuit claimed that exposure to Tylenol during pregnancy caused birth disorders. The federal judge in the case issued an order that will not allow the plaintiffs to present evidence for a link between prenatal exposure to Tylenol and autism or ADHD.
Of course, the white liberal women say, screw you, Donald Trump. It's my body, my choice. And if I want to chug Tylenol like it's candy, I'm gonna do it. Check it out. With President Trump's message, there is an interesting dilemma a lot of the liberals are facing now. Let's check that out. The leftist dilemma is how to take your Tylenol while masking alone in your car. Trump, Tylenol is bad. Very bad. Liberals? Yeah, give me more. I swear. This next meme touches on the real-world consequences of taking Tylenol while pregnant. It is kind of horrifying. Let's check it out. This won't hurt my baby. And then 23 years later, oh no! Her baby was born a sissin. That's the absolute worst outcome for any baby coming into this world. Yikes. And to reinforce the absolute delusional state of mind that the left has when it comes to anything that President Trump has to say, let's check it out. I am pro-oxygen, sweet, beautiful oxygen. Now, I'm not going to do the impersonation, otherwise you would all click off the video right away. But let's see what the response would be from the liberals, and I think we all know what it's going to be. Yep. They start putting plastic bags over their heads. The sad thing is it's probably not far from the truth. Of course, some call President Trump a dictator, but there is a difference. One tiny voice says, major difference. Trump will not put any of them in jail for not following the science, nor will any of them be banned for disinformation. They can take as much Tylenol as they wish whenever freely. It is up to them. They will not be censored. And if they want to, they can be absolutely as silly as this.
We don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
All jokes aside, it is a serious issue, and there is major danger in taking too much Tylenol. We now have a story of a young lady. She is pregnant. I believe they said she was 25 weeks pregnant. And after hearing President Trump give the warning about Tylenol, she proceeded to take Tylenol, and she took way too much. And unfortunately, it doesn't look good for her outcome.
I got a call, a very frantic call at 4 o'clock in the morning from a husband whose wife is now dying of liver failure on a ventilator in an ICU because she was trying to prove that Tylenol doesn't cause autism because of what Trump said on the news. Mind you, that's a Harvard study. Now, whether or not you believe the Harvard study or not is not the issue here. The issue is that she's somewhere between 23 to 25 weeks and she overdosed on Tylenol. And she's going to die. She's not going to come off that ventilator. Let me tell you something about Tylenol overdosing and death. Is that if you aren't administered the antidote, it is a very slow and painful death, okay? But now people are just taking massive amounts of Tylenol to prove Trump wrong. I mean, weren't these the same people who put Harvard and Fauci and the pillars of science on a pedestal? And now they refuse to believe it. Like, I don't believe it either. But I'm also not gonna go overdose on Tylenol either. I don't even have words for this because it's such a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. Like, this was a preventable situation. This situation didn't even have to exist. She willfully did this herself. So I don't know. What are you guys saying? I've got to stay off TikTok because that's all the nonsense that I keep seeing right now.
Hey, liberals, did you know that taking a lot of Tylenol at once is actually extremely dangerous, deadly, liver failure? What are you trying to prove? That taking a lot of Tylenol is deadly? And we're the uneducated ones? Oh gosh, you guys need prayer. I'm so sorry for you all. Prayer, lots of prayer. Goes to show you how a degree doesn't really label you as smart.
Well, fortunately, it looks like there might be a borderline miracle drug that's going to hit the market very soon, and this might be able to counteract some of the stupidity coming from the left. Let's hope it works. Check it out.
I used to believe everything I'd see on the news, but that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those living with moderate to severe stupidity have seen immediate improvement in common sense with a brain.
I thought the government had my best interests at heart, and then a friend told me about a brain.
Talk to your doctor about what news sources you obey. A brain may also lower your desire to take life-altering advice from celebrities.
Getting lectured about my carbon footprint from people with 3 private jets used to make sense. But thanks to a brain, now I can think for myself every day. When my disregard for 3rd grade biology began to flare up, I knew it was time for a brain.
Do not try a brain if you're allergic to a brain. Common side effects may include accountability, discernment, homeschooling your kids, a better understanding of economics, awareness of the stupidity of socialism, and diarrhea.
For tethering yourself to reality, the only no-brainer is choosing a brain. Ask your doctor if a brain is right for you.
For more information, visit tryabrain.com.
Can someone explain to me why the memorial for Gums McGee was more like a motivational talk at a conference for an MLM rather than like an actual memorial? It's because they're in a cult, that's why.
What, are you retarded?
So, my kid just participated in his first act of civil disobedience, and he is in 2nd grade. I just got a phone call from the principal at his school. Apparently they had an assembly where everybody was instructed to stand up, hand over the heart for the Pledge of Allegiance, and my son chose to take a knee, in the words of the principal. And when he called me and said this, I kind of just like choke snorted, like, wait, what? I wasn't upset with him. That was the first time my son has displayed his critical thinking skills, and I'm proud of it. Because he is raised with 2 different, completely different set of core values, right? I am very leftist, equal rights for all. I don't hate anybody, like, very peace, right? And then his dad is an outlaw biker, very misogynistic, like, complete polar opposite of me, right? So my son could pick up either set of values, and he used his critical thinking skills to decide that when the teacher asked the entire auditorium to stand for their great country, that was what they said, stand up for our great country, and our country isn't very great right now. I was like, oh, I almost want to cry right now, because it's like, bro, yes, you're f***ing right. No, he's heard me say, like, why are we still having the kids recite the Pledge of Allegiance when we're not doing that? We're not giving liberty and justice for all. It's liberty and justice if you're white and straight and Christian, right? So my son in his baby brain was like, critical thinking skills, I'm not going to follow the crowd, and I don't think our country is great, and I'm not going to pledge this. Yeah.
The Fiery Patriot says, and so the school to prison pipeline begins. That's horrible, but probably accurate. Steve Bash says, fast forward 20 years, and that little kid's going to become this.
I'm stoked right now. You want to know why I'm so stoked? Go ahead and Google Charlie Kirk. Go ahead, read the latest headlines, and you'll see why I'm so. Yeah.
Easy C says, never happened. What 2nd grader is putting that much critical thinking into the Pledge of Allegiance? No, I never did. These white liberal women are constantly living out these fantasies in their heads.
Here's your daily reminder that Antifa just stands for anti-fascist. Trans people are not violent extremists and never have been and never were. And if we don't fight for these things right now, we might not have another election because most of us will be in camps.
Oh,
Protect marginalized groups, because when we're gone, there will be no one left to help you when they come for you.
What are you exactly?
I am a leather crafter pet.
So you crawl on 4s and you walk around and stuff?
Yeah.
Can you show me how you do that exactly? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good boy. Yeah. What's your name?
Mike.
You're great.
My puppy name is Storm.
Storm? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Good Stormy. All right, all right.
Ha! Gay!
All right. So, a little more, maybe some proof about something. The pedophiles in this country are very, very scary, very charismatic men. Try to be smart. Not always very smart. But, you know, there's like something I really, really love. Something I really, really love about proving men wrong. Because I can't take the sexism in this goddamn fucking country any goddamn fucking more. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do. How much money does it take to fight sexism? To like get these women phones, get them IDs, to stop the fucked up shit that's going on.
I think President Trump needs to take a serious look at the problem that we're having that seems to be growing at a pretty constant rate in Michigan and in a couple other states. And that's of the Muslims, the radical Islamics that are definitely here. And especially in Michigan and Dearborn, they are amassing in great number, and they're slowly infiltrating positions of power in the government. And look, they're becoming more and more vocal about how America has to be destroyed. And I think we need to take them seriously and take them at their word. So check this out. It's kind of terrifying.
We haven't done anywhere near enough. And the people here, I promise you, we do feel ashamed. We do feel like we're not doing enough. We do feel like change needs to come, because change must come. And in the form that it must come is that this empire, the American empire that's been hurting our people since the beginning, the imperial Western powers that have been hurting our people since the beginning, they must fall. And inshallah they will fall. And my message to the people of Gaza and the oppressed peoples across the world is that there are people here, both young and old, who are going to be willing to fight and are willing to put their lives and everything they can on the line to bring these empires down, because they must come down.
I just went for a 5.5 mile run, and I'm wearing a sports bra and shorts. And I went to the grocery store to get some chicken just because I don't have any food at home. And this employee was staring at me. I'm not even kidding, the entire time. Even when I looked at him and made eye contact with him back, he continued to look at me. I've never felt so uncomfortable. And this is what sucks about being a woman, is like you can't do anything without people staring at you. Like I'm sorry that I went for a run.
Well, I don't know. Maybe next time you should dress up in clothes. That might be a good option. I mean, look, if I went down to Chipotle in a Speedo, I would definitely be getting a lot of attention. Not the attention that's the good kind, but nonetheless, I would be getting attention. Now, Nerd XP says, I don't get it either. Yeah, you think? Anne-Marie Allen says, it's a sports bra. You are in public in your underwear and get bent when someone notices? Put on some effing clothes next time. That was my point. A disgruntled citizen says, I call BS on the 5 mile run. She is bone dry, not a bit of sweat. Now, in all fairness, she could have filmed that well after she had the chicken or whatever she had out on the town. I don't know, but I do get your point.
Just register Republican. Just register Republican. You're a blue dot in a red area, just register Republican. Then you get a say in who gets to be their primary candidate. Register Republican. Just register Republican. It doesn't matter. You can go online. That little card doesn't make a difference. It doesn't actually mean anything. You can just register Republican. Let's all just register Republican. We can all register Republican. What will happen if the Republican Party and the MAGA Party all starts getting crazy leftist LGBTQ folk and we can all just register Republican? There's nothing stopping them. If they're going to round up all the leftists and the Democrats, we can all just register Republican. It's all fake anyway. It's all made up. Register Republican. You can vote for whoever you want in the general elections, but in the primaries, you would have a voice in a less crazy candidate, maybe making it to the last stage of the game here. Just register Republican. Just do it. Just register Republican. Nobody's going to stop you. You can do anything you want. Just register Republican.
It's always the eyes. I can't even do it that long.
I am 24 years old. I am 24 years old. For the past decade, this mother has been infiltrating the brains of the American people. And I'm so done. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do when you're watching this administration absolutely break through every single thing that your granddad worked so hard to do? What do you do? Oh my god! I didn't vote for him. I didn't want this.
And once again, some of us have been saying for a very long time that this country was headed in the way of Germany, 30s and 40s. And people laughed at us and they said that we were overreacting. And, you know, some of us who've read a lot of books on that time period could see the signs, and we've been calling it out and nobody listened. And now it's too late. I think this country's done for. I think it is. I mean, maybe we can have a great comeback like Germany did. That'd be super cool. They have like universal healthcare and stuff. That'd be nice. I don't see it happening. There was a big Klan rally to celebrate Charlie Kirk.
What did you say? What the f did you just say?
I don't see our comeback. I think we've gone too far, and I don't think we're gonna wake up in time.
Another message for MAGA on the topic of ICE. If you are going to discriminate against all of these people, many of which were in this country, or whose people were in this country long before the white people ever got here, because let's remember history. I know it's a struggle for you because you guys keep burning all the f***ing books, but history states this has never been a white nation. White people never originated here, okay? So, if you're going to be a racist POS about everything, you don't get to enjoy the cultures that these people you are discriminating and hating on have awarded you. So guess what? If you're MAGA, you don't get any more Taco Tuesdays. No more Mexican food. No more Asian food. No more Indian cuisine. Hell, you shouldn't even eat Creole, because if you're racist about anybody, you're probably racist about most everybody, and it really doesn't matter where they're from. You just think for some reason that because you burn in the sun better than the others, that you are better as a human being, which is f***ing ridiculous. Being racist is literally an evolutionary regression. We are all in this together. We are all connected, and I can guarantee you bleed the same color I do. Same color they do. So if you're going to be a racist shit, stick to the bit. Commit to it. Don't be a f***ing hypocrite. I know it's your favorite thing to do, and you like to point the finger at everyone else and say, but the left are hate mongers, and they said mean things to me that I didn't like, so I threatened to f***ing kill their whole family. You guys are f***ing pathetic, okay? And you deserve every ounce of ire you're getting from anyone, okay? You are the instigators here. And because we are sick of your shit, doesn't mean that we're the bad guys, okay? Trust me. I'm on the right side of history. You're not. Good luck with that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Then that means you're speeding. So can you do me a favor and please slow down?
Okay.
All right? Now you have a nice day.
I have a nice day every day.
Okay.
So he want to be TikTok famous today. I'm going to put him on TikTok so y'all can see how the police officers be moving and shaking. If I was a white woman, he wouldn't say nothing to me. But since I'm a black woman, he don't have nothing else to do.
Smirk says, the cop was black, right? What am I missing from her discernment of the situation? I'm not sure. MM says, Wow, she got off with just a warning? That's some real privilege. The Brown Slimer says, the entitlement is real. Jimmy Kimmel went back on air in very selected states, very selected demographic. Fortunately, I checked, and Sinclair, which is one of the big affiliates, did not air it here in Utah, which I'm very thankful. And I hope that they stick to their guns and do not put him back on air. But here's part of his monologue when he came back, and he was giving what he's saying as an apology, but I'm not buying it.
A lot about what I need to say and do tonight. And the truth is, I don't think what I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. But I do want to make something clear because it's important to me as a human, and that is, you understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. I posted a message on Instagram on the day he was killed, sending love to his family and asking for compassion, and I meant it, and I still do. Nor was it my intention to blame any specific group for the actions of what it was obviously a deeply disturbed individual. That was really the opposite of the point I was trying to make, but I understand that to some that felt either ill-timed or unclear, or maybe both. And for those who think I did point a finger, I get why you're upset. If the situation was reversed, there's a good chance I'd have felt the same way. I have many friends and family members on the other side who I love and remain close to, even though we don't agree on politics at all. I don't think the murderer who shot Charlie Kirk represents anyone. This was a sick person who believed violence was a solution, and it isn't. Ever. And also, selfishly, I am a person who gets a lot of threats. I get many ugly and scary threats against my life, my wife, my kids, my coworkers because of what I choose to say. And I know those threats don't come from the kind of people on the right who I know and love. So that's what I wanted to say on that subject. But I don't want to make this about me.
That was a nice read, I guess, of whatever the lawyers gave him to do during the monologue. But don't be fooled, my friends, because the true colors of Kimmel came out during COVID, and he said this.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up for another amazing banger by Lex Blaze and Daddy Paul. Touchdown to Heathrow, DP and me, bro. About to hit the club and turn the shoot to a freak show. Look through the peephole, everybody geek, yo. Need to get girl with an extremely deep. See 6 midgets that be fighting, juggling. Maybe it's just me, cause my mind is struggling. Babes, boyfriend is acting like a clown. You know what's going down every time that we in town. Take a look through the peephole, yo. Everybody's getting geek, bro. Stop the hate and let them leaks know that we turn.
It's time for Dave's Detox. What? Why is that chimp hairless? What's going on there?
Come here.
Okay, buddy.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Next, this way.
Black labs. They love the water. Aww. That's nice. And they're really going at it. Oh, that's a beautiful corgi. Oh no! Okay. At least it wasn't that deep. I mean, for her it wasn't. For the dog, it definitely was. It was too deep. Wow, that was a good save. Hey, little kitten. Oh no. That's definitely something you would not want come rolling up to you while you're on your bike. Don't move. No sudden movements. Aw, he's like, yeah. That's funny. Little temper tantrum. All right, my friends, that is it. It is a wrap, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for all those that subscribed, and also for all those that hit that thumbs up. It really does make a difference. The YouTube seems to be totally jacked up right now, and the thing to really help this channel succeed is by everyone hitting the like button. It takes literally 1 second. Nothing to you, but everything to me and the channel. All right, and if you also shared, that's really fantastic as well. All right, well, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you're loved and appreciated, and until we meet again, have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.